निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त श्री राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्री राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम्। If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited, universal form. Unlimited universal form, actually. And we pause at the point that yes, this is Arjuna is not questioning whether Krishna can show the form or not. That he is questioning whether he has the qualifications or not. And therefore he is humbly submitting to the Supreme Lord that if you feel, my Lord, that I am qualified, then I want to see this form. And then yes, in the purport Acharyas are explaining, Arjuna is convinced. In the first verse only we saw that. But now, for the sake of people, Arjuna is actually asking the Lord to show the universal form. This universal form is very instructive for us, because this whole Arjuna's desire to see the universal form is very instructive. Although Arjuna may not need, but we have a dire need actually to see the universal form. Why? Because in the universal form, what one prominently sees is how everything is related to Krishna, how everything is coming from and entering Krishna. That means universal form is the actual perspective of seeing and relating with this material world. So if one can see that, one will not be bewildered by the material energy. Intelligence actually grows from a known frontier to an unknown frontier. Intelligence cannot directly jump to the unknown frontier. Is it? It grows from a known to the unknown actually. So therefore actually one is Maya Shakti uses matter to take the living entity towards illusion. So on the matter which is realistic, Maya Shakti takes that as a basis and plunges the living entity into illusion. That is what Maya does. But the basis is material energy, the matter. So Maya will show, okay, this matter actually, this is very nice for you, you take it, is it not? And a person gets illusion, yes, it is very nice for me, I will take it, is it not? So the illusion, just like sometimes people are very excited to sit in a flight. Now actually flight is very painful, because the sitting space is even less comfortable than a bus. Because a bus we can be semi-sleeper actually. So you can open the seat and you can sleep actually. A flight is not semi-sleeper. The flight is just sit actually. So if it is a 12-hour flight, you're 12 hours just sitting. And you cannot even watch out. Only when some fellow is very excited, he will watch out, he will see some scene. What is the scene you will see? The same thing actually. Because it has become Brahman, Yeah, because the details are not there, it is Brahman actually, And you are just seeing 2 or 3 types of patches. Brown patch, a brown patch with rectangles and squares, like that. And a blue patch, probably a green patch. That's it. Big it. और क्या दिख रहा है? Or sometimes white clouds, So there's not much variegatedness, है कि नहीं? It's like Loki sabji, There's not much variegatedness, है कि नहीं? So you see the point. People are excited, so they are thinking, no, oh, I traveled in a flight. So nice. I'm traveling in a flight. So you see, so there's nothing attractive, Okay, yes, if one is impressed, if one is having a goal and a purpose, then it is fine. But purposeless, it's my strategy actually to base it on matter. Okay, it's matter, it's technology, it works, But on that basis, people are stooped into illusion, is it not? And the greatest illusion is what? That ahead 4 or 5 seats they make as executive seats. The only difference is that they have a different cover. But the cost is, I believe, 3 times. 2 times at least. The cost is 2 times. And another difference what they do is when people have to board, they say, okay, hold on, only first executive seat holders. And these people will come from the back, somebody is coming, great style, I am the man, executive man, like that. That is only satiation, illusion. So Maya gives these type of illusions. But point is that these illusions are also based on matter, is it not? These illusions are based on matter, is it not? Just like they make these cartoons, a cartoon life is not real life actually, it's bogus, But you see the cartoons have some semblance to human life, So they base it on matter, and and then one is blind into illusion, is it not? Now, in the same way actually, the transcendence, the pathway to transcendence has also to be based on matter. It cannot be baseless. Therefore, simply dry meditation doesn't work. How do you dry meditate? Is it not? It has to be based on matter. And therefore, you see, our acharyas, they have given such a solid process. If Srila Rupa Goswami talks about Yukta Vairagya, you cannot give up touching matter. You touch matter, don't keep it in your pocket. Pass it on. You see the process. The process is based on not dry abnegation. And okay, you can take prasad, good prasad, nice prasad, hygienic prasad, Not that you don't have to eat anything, It's very difficult to practice bhakti not eating anything. But you can eat good food items but offer to Krishna with them. So you see, it's based on matter, but it takes towards Krishna. So the biggest problem is, the deadlock is, or the challenge is, to see this matter in connection to Krishna. And that is universal vision actually, which Arjuna was hankering for. This is the very universal vision which Arjuna was hankering for. Because if you can see matter in that perspective, then one will not be bewildered by it, by the illusions of this material world actually. One will not be bewildered by the illusions of this material world. So this is the point actually, that how to testify the depth of the substance in something, and how to testify the depth of hollowness in something is a science, and that is the vision of the universal form. Therefore, in the universal form, Krishna is not showing one thing, Krishna is showing everything actually. Now when Krishna starts speaking from 11.5 onwards, we will see that Krishna is showing everything in the universal form. The universal form consists of different forms. There is the Devas, there is the Kala factor, and Krishna is also showing the outcome of the battle. Everything is showing actually. So that way Arjuna is able to see everything in connection with Krishna, and how Krishna is the source, and how Krishna is the basis, and how Krishna is the maintainer, and how everything again destroys on Krishna. So Krishna is the one short foundation, like that, without which nothing can work out actually. Therefore, without which nothing can work out actually. The one short foundation, is it not? So this foundation is very important. Without this, nothing is there. Just like, say for example, you want to cook something, if you have a good stock of sabji and everything, if you have good gas and burner and all that, and vessels, then anytime you can start cooking, something will come out, is it not? Yeah. So the basis is there, then anytime something can be made, is it not? Even if one doesn't know cooking, at least he can understand, okay, I need to, pakao it, is it not? And and then he can put little salt and see, offer and then taste and see, how does it come? Put a little more, taste and see. Put a little more, taste and see. You can get into it, is it not? Little, like that. So even if not one is very clear, still one can, little. But if there is no foundation, suppose one is expert cook, but there is no ingredients, what he will cook? Is it not? So there is no paneer, there is no cauliflower, there is no capsicum, but there is rubber, there is clay, there is iron. What one will cook? This point actually. So Krishna is the foundation actually. So what Maya will give is not actually ingredients. Maya will give mitti ke vegetables and mitti ke fruits. You have seen बच्चों को वही देते हैं, नहीं? Why? Because the child less intelligent, is it not? So he is given that mitti, banana and mitti apple, like that, and mitti cauliflower, and he is playing with all that. I have so many vegetables and I have so many fruits. Only thing is you cannot use it for any good purpose, right? That's the point. Yes? So less intelligent child, and child is very happy with that, like that. So that's childish mentality. So the living entity entrapped in Maya is foolish actually, childish, And for Maya simply gives toys like this actually which appear to have the form and the texture of reality, but they cannot solve any good purpose whatsoever. So therefore we need a very solid basis, a foundation on which one can actually relate, offer material energy to Krishna. And that is what Arjuna is hankering for the sake of the populace, for all of us actually. Because we need that. And now the Lord is going to talk about, the Lord is describing the next 4 verses, the universal form. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Pashyame Partha Rupani
Pashyame Partha Rupani
Satasotha Sahasrasa
Sahasrasa
Nana Vidani Divyani
Nana Vidani Divyani
Nana Varna Kritani Cha.
Nana Varna Kritani Cha.
The Supreme Personality of God, it said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds and thousands of divine and multicolored forms. Pashyame Partha Rupani. Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form. Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which although a transcendental form is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. So Krishna is just showing that how within matter he is visible within matter. Therefore the universal form is not an eternal form, because it is in the context of matter which is not eternal. That is the point. As the material nature is manifested and not manifested, similarly the universal form of Krishna is manifested and not manifested. It is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like others Krishna's forms. As far as devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form. But because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in this way, Krishna reveals his form. The universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Krishna must give the power to see it, actually. So Krishna must give the power to see it. So the first verse here, Lord Krishna is explaining that there are varieties of forms, which now I will show you. Write that. There are varieties of forms, the Lord is saying, which now I will show you. So therefore, actually, a devotee, as Prabhupada is explaining, he is not very eager to see the universal form. That means what? That we may need some steps for us to be able to see how that relates to matter, but we need not understand how everything all around relates to Krishna. A full absolute understanding is neither possible nor required. But whatever possible, we take it, see how it can be offered to Krishna, and then move on. Is it not? So this is the point. But actually, for masses, for people in general, this is what they need. That how everything is based on Krishna. How that cosmic manifestation is based on Krishna. The Krishna is visible in the cosmic manifestation. Just like what leads to preaching. If one is just doing say for example, one is just sitting under a tree and doing bhajan, people are not going to go to him so easily, is it not? Very few. But then people can see in their own context, practice of Krishna consciousness, it becomes easier for them to take it. Just like if you want to preach to students, then you need to have students who are practicing. So when outside people see that there are students who are practicing, that means they are students, they are doing good in their studies and they are practicing, that becomes attractive, is it not? This is universal form. This is an aspect of universal form. that okay student, within studies भक्ति है क्या? है, कैसा है? आ जाओ voice, yoga, शिव कुंज, ठीक है नहीं? Within working life भक्ति है क्या? है, आ जाओ योगा में. Is it not? That is the point. Got the point? Within family life bhakti hai kya, है ना? When they say yes, communication, है ना? Is it not? Bhakti Diksha groups, Samahata groups, is it not? Communication. Like then people get attracted, is it not? है ना? है ना? Then people say, okay, within career is a devotional service. Yes, it's there. Is it not? Within ambition, entrepreneurship, devotional service, yes, it's there. Bhaktivedanta Hospital, you know, is it not? Or Enigma is there, Transnigma is there, no? So this is what makes people attractive, you know? Like people say, what are you doing for society? What are you doing for society? We say, we are giving 13 lakh plates of food to, you know, underprivileged children and government schools every day in India. Oh, watch. And not only that, then we are giving Gita and we are giving the value education and we are giving character and all that. Very nice. All that is very nice. You know? So you see, the foundation is what? Matter. Again. Like one fellow, he was looking at me up and down and chanting. He said, "Kya ho gaya bhai?" You know? I said, तुम सोसाइटी के लिए क्या करते हो ना? And I said, देखो पुरौलिया में 6 स्कूल के साथ टाइप किया, अर्षा हाई स्कूल, दरोदे हाई स्कूल, है ना, वो जूजू का, है ना, and ना शिरकाबाद and गोविंदपुर, है ना, like that, 500 fellows are there, boys and girls, है कि नहीं? They are studying, and we are giving maths, we are giving English, है ना? So he was saying, excessive, maths, we are giving maths, we are giving English, we are giving physics, you know, and we are giving value education, you know. Like that, you know, and he said, very nice, क्या है तुम्हारा, ना, Facebook profile, ना? So immediately, you know, he subscribed, ना, he liked it and all that, and I said, और एक channel है हमारा, lead services, है ना, उधर value education, motivation, inspiration, है ना, बोले हाँ, वो भी, है ना, you know, so on the spot, है ना, he said, net नहीं आ रहा है, थोड़ी देर में करता हूँ, ना, and before the journey ended, he did it, है ना, like that, you see the point. So, but if you say नहीं हम तो गीता से डिस्कस करके डायरेक्शन देते हैं, अरे ये क्या करते हैं ना, तो कुछ काम की चीज नहीं है ना. So you see people, for preaching, therefore, the people need bridges from where they are to transcendence. So this bridge, this is universal form actually. Therefore, the universal form is not eternal. This is contextual. This is contextual. So therefore, just like Arjuna is presenting this universal form, Acharyas from all different times have been presenting this kind of universal form to people. Is it not? So therefore, Acharyas, they speak the same principles, but how that those principles relate in the particular setting, that is difference, you know, and therefore all Acharyas write. Because what they are writing is actually they are showing the universal form of the Lord by showing the various bridges. Is it not? Like Madhvacharya in the context of Mayavad, he explains how Krishna consciousness, you know, stands out, dispelling the illusion and fog of Mayavad. But that's not much relevant now. People don't even know what is Mayavad. Again, they only know Vadivad, you know. Again, they don't know Mayavad. So now, because they know Vadivad, you have to do Vadivad. Again, you have to explain how it stands out in the context of Vadivad. Again, therefore, Prabhupada wrote perfect question, perfect answer. Vad karo, Vad hoga, na? Again. That's the point actually. That is the point, the contextual. So this contextual manifestation of Krishna, that is universal form. Therefore, universal form is not one thing, it has hundreds of things in it, which is what Lord Krishna is talking about here actually. So this is what Acharyas have been giving us actually. So Arjuna, as an acharya, he is actually doing the same thing. He is asking the Lord to display the universal form. Arjuna. So he is doing the same thing actually. So he is actually showing the Lord through matter. Like Hiranyakashipu is asking, is Lord everywhere? Brahma is saying yes. He said Hare Krishna, Lord is everywhere. He said, no, but is Lord everywhere? Yes. Okay, the Lord is there in the pillar also. And Prahlad answered yes. So this is, so he is making the Lord, so his vision is what? Yes, the Lord is doing better, like that. So you see Prahlad doing the same thing, is it that? He said, yes, he's there in this pillar, like that. He's there in the pillar, I boxed the pillar. So he boxed it and the Lord came out. Hey, you boxed it? Like the Lord is it? So in this way, Acharyas always want to show Krishna in matter. This is parampara actually. The same way, Arjuna, this great Acharya, our Acharya, is showing us the universal form. And because of him, the Lord is going to manifest the universal form. The Lord is saying, now you see hundreds of things are there. What is there, we will see in Arjuna's description and Sanjaya's description, coming forward. But one thing we know, the Lord is saying, a lot of things are there actually. So actually, Chaitanya was making a nice point. He was saying, you see, the point is that we don't see with our eyes actually. Actually we see with our intelligence. He gave a nice example. He said that you see, there are some people, they are born blind, congenitally blind. And there are others who get blinded because of some of the other reasons. Now sometimes even people, if the things are not so much damaged, there is a possibility one can get back his vision again. Even people who are blind by birth, there is a possibility after some years or some operation, something like that, they get the vision again actually. So then he was quoting one or two studies that actually the people who were born blind, 15-20 years this person was blind, now all of a sudden he has got eyes. Somebody did experiment, somebody gave him hope, he got some money, could do the operation, like that. And now because he has got eyes, when they open the eyes, he is not able to understand what's happening. Because you see, it's not what we see, but what we are able to identify in what we see is what is our reaction based on, is it not? And identification means what is the database and where is the intelligence, is it not? Right? Like the child, he sees, but then he understands this lady is my mother. And we understand that he is very peaceful, is it not? But suppose the lady is a witch, so then it will not be peaceful, is it not? Yeah? That's the point actually. So therefore, this is intelligence. Suppose one understands, okay, this is my home, one will be peaceful. And if one understands, no, this is not home, this is a railway station, anything which I have will be looted, one will be very conserved. Oh, it will be very anxiety, where is my wallet, where is my laptop, where is my, everything, is it not? ATM, and so on, so forth. But if I understand this is my home, so laptop is lying there, ATM is lying there, 500 rupees lying there. This is my house, pant shirt is lying there, he is wearing a gamcha and lying down, or he is wearing a knicker and moving around. So that's it. So who is dictating, ye ghar hai, ye bahar hai? This is intelligence actually. So what has been shown that suppose a person has never seen people, now he opens his eyes and he is in a great difficulty because what he is seeing is not people. That it is people comes from intelligence, but that intelligence is not there because he has never, never trained it. The database was never installed, because he never saw, is it not? So the first year of one's birth, the database is installed. The mother is showing, this is your father, this is your brother, And if his brother means he always catches the nose, or he always pulls the hair, that is brother, So that's what he understands. Oh, ye brother hai, So that's how the intelligence is installed. But a blind man is intelligence not installed actually. So then what they see when they open the eyes, then what they are seeing is that they report, medical report, that they say that I am very confused. What it is? It's simply some different color patterns, nothing else. And then people have heard that okay, there are faces, people have faces and all, and then they're just trying to figure out, ये face होता है क्या? Oh, ये color pattern को face बोलते हैं, So you see, this is how we are learning. And then medical reports say that this nice example, nice example. We really don't see with our eyes, we really see with our intelligence. And such type of people, to get used to, they need a lot of time and some kind of doctrination, they need orientation, like that. They need time. So like you was telling, there was one fellow carpenter, he was a carpenter and all that, he got operation somehow and he got his eyes back, he opened his eyes. He was very confused, what is it? There were these equipment he was using, saw and all that, and he was very afraid of what it is. He was not able to understand. But then he touched his saw, He touched his saw, he became very confident. Yeah. He picked it up and he started using, So I used to use this for him. With eyes, he was not able to read it, As soon as he touched it, he got confidence. Yes, this is the part, this is the word. Like that, you see, So the nice example was good. Very nice example. So we see with our intelligence actually. So that means what? That means what? The image is not important. But what you make out of that image is very important actually. That is the point, what you make out of that image. What you make out of that image is very important. What you relate with that image is very important. Just like somebody is ringing the bell, Okay, ringing the bell, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ringing the bell, Kaun hai? So okay, somebody is sleeping, one family member is sleeping. Then he's telling the child, dekh kya kaun hai, The child is going opening the door. And the mother or the grandmother, the mother is sleeping, she's asking, kaun hai? Father has come. Oh, father has come. Theek hai, So she again continues to say, okay, father has come, no problem. Peaceful, is it not? Right? So suppose now she's asking, kaun hai, And he says, thief hai. So you see, Gangster is coming. So immediately, is it? The response changes, right? So what it is? What is the identification? Is what changes our response and what changes our destiny actually. Therefore, the Lord is showing the universal form now. You see how everything is based on Krishna. So this understanding of how everything is based on Krishna is very important. Because it is this understanding which will help one relate with the material world as a foundation or a stepping stone to go towards Krishna, towards the absolute reality. That way. So, and thus it is explained that it is not possible for any ordinary man to see the universal form on his own. Krishna must give the power to see. Therefore, only in Parampara, only in dependence we can see this actually. And that's what Arjuna is taking shelter of Krishna in that humble state of mind. And the same thing we have to do. That actually, therefore, a devotee, a sadhaka, his natural state, default state should be always taking shelter of Krishna and prayerful and dependent on Krishna for directions of what he should do. how we should serve him moving forward. That needs to be there. Not that मुझे पता है क्या करना है, मैंने तुमको कुछ नहीं बताया, no? You should not, no? In the no? Because so when we take things on our own footing and our own mental speculation, then what happens is that when we take things on our own mental speculation, then within the framework of maternal spiritual life and association of devotees and sangha and everything, Maya will show sense gratification. Is that right? But when we actually work on dependence, then even in an apparent problematic situation, provoking situation, we can still see Krishna and how to move forward, how to pierce through it and overcome the obstacles. So that is where the universal form, that is what we mean by what is called as a vision which the Lord is giving to Arjuna, the universal form. So we'll continue tomorrow. Further, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.